been filling up free little libraries, I think, for like 8 months now. Like at least once a month, like once a month minimum. But sometimes I'll fill up free little libraries like twice a month. Like if I go out of town and I like have books in my car, I try to keep like a few in there, because actually one of you guys gave me a little tip and you said if I leave books in the car, it'll actually be easier, because if I drive past a free little library, I can just like drop them in. But there's one specific free library in my town that I feel like I just have such a heart for, and it's the one that's near a food pantry. And I feel like I have such a heart for it because I know families or kids are like in need if they're getting food from the food pantry, and they can also like get a book that maybe brings them a little bit of joy. I also try to make sure that there are diverse reads in the stack that I drop off, and I also try to add in like popular book talk books, because I feel like some of the reason why reading books is like 10 times more fun than like any other hobby, at least I feel, is because of the community. Like if you're able to talk about the books that you're reading with your friends and like get excited about them, I feel like that is what makes the reading experience a million times more fun. So I have some popular book talk books that I'm putting in there just because I feel like people will enjoy them. I also try to add in lots of like fluffy books, because I feel like if you're just going through a hard time in life, it's like the last thing you want to read about is like someone also going through hardships, you know? So I definitely want to fill up the books with diverse books, but also, y'all, this gets expensive. So we are going to go and do some book thrifting after this, and I'll probably just hang on to those books maybe at the house to myself. Maybe I'll just put them in free little libraries a little bit later, because like where I am in town, it would be kind of weird to like backtrack and like go thrifting after this and then come back to fill up the free library. So I'm going to fill it up first, but I do have a pretty good good stack of books. Also have diverse reads that I think again are so important to have in the free libraries. Sapphic romances. I have books by Black authors. I have just all different types of stories, religions, and thoughts, and I have some thrillers in there. So I feel like we have a wide variety. I will say I struggle to put fantasy books into free libraries just because I don't want to put anything in there that like, I don't know, it's just like not like fun, you know? Like sometimes I feel like for fantasy books can be a little bit slower. Romances can be too, but I feel like you kind of know what you're going to get with a romance. You know what I mean? Like it's usually going to be fluffy. It's going to be, you know, you just know the vibes. So I feel like I have a better like gauge picking out those books versus picking out fantasy. So I want to get better at that. So leave some fantasy recs below that you think that would be good for free library, for young adults, for adults, just for really anyone. Because I feel like I've gotten everything else pretty much down pat, but I still am working on like adding in fantasy. Again, I will say it is expensive. So a lot of the time I will either unhaul books or I will go and get them from like thrifted areas. And if I can't find them there, then sometimes people are just out of luck. I will sometimes pick up books from like Barnes, just to buy them and put them into the free library, but that also gets super expensive. So let's go and fill up the free little library with all these books that I have over here and down there. And then we can do a little bit of book thrifting. This is the first time that I've ever come out here and it hasn't been completely empty. Like, let me show you guys this. You're gonna be shook. This is the first time ever that I've come and there have been books in here. You guys can see that there are tons of books. Now, would I say that these are first picks? Probably not, but it is still nice that there are options for people. Like if they're looking for something to read, they can grab something. Wow, that truck is so loud. But I'm going to put some more books in here. All this says Purina cat food. I wonder if someone wants that for the food pantry. Maybe I'll have to like bring some food whenever I come back here. But let's fill this up. This is how it looks all filled up. I try to put like a book by either a Black author or just some type of like diverse read or characters in the front so that people can really be drawn into the story. I also try to add really like cutesy covers on the front because I feel like people are more apt to like want to look into the free library if there's like a cutesy little rom-com-y cover on the front. I thought about putting this one at the front just because like it really does draw you in, but again, there are just so many like good books in here, so hopefully someone really enjoys these. And then down here there's also tons of books as well. I tried to add like the popular book talk books at the front so that people can see that there are like really cool, new and unique books in there that they'll really enjoy. So yeah, hopefully someone really enjoys these. Now that that is filled up, I want to go like book thrifting. I'm not really sure where. It is so loud down there here. There's like a train right back there, but I'm not really sure where I want to go book thrifting. So we'll have to figure out together. I also maybe want to go to like a coffee shop or something just to like read for a little bit and like hang out. But I do feel good now that this is full. I also feel so good knowing that like it wasn't completely empty. It just makes me feel good. I will say, I definitely think when I come back, I want to get some food for the food pantry. I never really look in here just because I always fill up like the other areas, but like it's pretty empty. Like there's clothes at the bottom and then there are like a couple cans of beans at the top, but that's pretty much it. So I think whenever I come back, maybe I'll get some food to fill this up too. Like I just found a jackpot. Does anyone else remember these books? I was obsessed with these manga books whenever I was younger. Literally read every single one of them. I think I probably read them like multiple times. I feel like this was when I first got into like any, I don't know, graphic novel, manga, like anything like that. It was with this series, I'm pretty sure. I literally ate them up and now I kind of want to like get them just for the sheer fact that I loved them so much when I was younger. I feel like I would love them even more now. This is giving a true throwback in here because I found all of the Hardy Boys books. There's so many of them and my mom used to read these to us whenever we were kids. These, and she read Where the Red Fern Grows, I think that's what it's called, like every night. Little Women, like all of the classics, Nancy Drew and stuff, and they have so many of them here. Like literally there's so many of them and this literally makes me want to like buy them all and then like read them all again. I love these, the Nancy Drew ones especially. I'm gonna see if I can find any Nancy Drew ones. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. I just love these. I found Nancy Drew ones in here. There aren't too many of them, but there's The Mystery of the Moss Covered Mansion, and then there's also The Hidden Staircase, which I actually remember reading this one. Oh wait, there's one more. Hold on, let's see. The Clue in the Diary. I loved these, literally ate them up. And I also love the Nancy Drew computer games. Like I would play those so much. I literally felt like I was her. Another thing I loved were these series right here. These are like a Christian series. If you guys are looking for like a Christian series, I love these. These had like a bunch of different stories of girls' lives, but they're like historical, like fiction. I think I read every single one of these. I really like feel like this was when I got into my like historical fiction era. They were just like really fun to read. I got some really good books when I was in there and they are definitely outside of what I would normally grab. I'm actually going to put these into a second free library. Honestly, why did I decide that? I don't know. I think honestly part of it was I was thinking about how empty the other free library was when I went there, and I was just like, I don't want it to be empty whenever I don't want another one to be empty, like when someone goes to like try to pick out a book out of it. So let me show you guys what I ended up getting. I got so many books, and I guess I could show you the rest whenever I get in the car, but I do want to show you guys one of them. I got My One and Only by Kristen Higgins, and this is the same author who wrote Pack Up the Moon. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, and it looks like such a good story. It says divorce attorney Harper James can't catch a break, bad enough that she runs into her ex-husband Nick at her sister's destination wedding, but now by a cruel twist of fate, she's being forced to make a cross-country road trip with him, and her new fiance back at home is not likely to be sympathetic. Harper can't help that Nick has come blazing back into her life in all of his frustratingly appealing, gorgeous architect glory, but in Nick's eyes, Harper's always been the one, and if only they can get it right this time, forever might be waiting just around the bend. This one looks so freaking good. This is the bookstore I just came out of. It is so cute. I love that they painted it green, and you can see like everyone is looking in there for books. This is like our downtown area. It's one of my favorite areas in this town just because it's so cute. Gonna have to talk fast because it looks like it's about to rain, which is wild because rain was not on the forecast. But I want to show you guys the books that I ended up getting in the bookstore. These are the books that I'm going to be putting into the free library. I do kind of want to keep the one by Kristen Higgins, but I feel like I just shouldn't. It's like I have so many books. I literally came out to get books for free libraries, not for myself. So these are all the books that I'm gonna put into this free library. This one's usually a little bit more full, so I didn't think that I would need to get like nearly as many books, but I wanted to make sure that I had some adult books because people put in a lot of kids books, but not usually adult books. Now I ended up spending $34, that's with tax, and without tax it was like $31. One book was $6, one book was $5, two books were $8, and one book was $4. So there's like a mixed bag here. I definitely think that whenever I look for used books, I don't really think about like prices because all of it seems inexpensive to me, because you guys know I shop at Barnes all the time. So I'm like, $4 for a book? Less than $10 for a book, I'm in. Like, I'm sold. So the first book that I got was Confessions of a Shopaholic, and this book is one that so many of you guys have said is like a really good one. I think it's just about a girl who like shops a lot, and like I don't really know too much about it, but I just have heard that you guys have said that this is like a very, very good book. This was one that was, I think, $4, but it says that Becky is fabulous, lives in a fabulous flat. She's a socialite. I don't really want to like get too deep in the weeds, but this is an older book, so you can look it up if you want. It's literally about to rain, so I'm trying to like beat the rain. I got the dry. Now this one looks so good. It says federal agent Aaron Falk hasn't been back to the place where she grew up in 20 years, not since he and his father were run out of town. Even when Falk gets word that his childhood best friend Luke is dead and his entire family is murdered, Falk still hasn't planned on going back, but then he gets a note. Luke lied, you lied, be at the funeral. And just like that, Falk is swept back into the secrets of the place and the people he left so long ago. Looks so good. Like, and also in pristine condition. Literally, this was $6. Then I also got Save What's Left, and this book is a Good Morning America book club book. It looked really cute, very summery, which I feel like are the vibes that I like for free libraries. Then I got My One and Only, which is the book that I showed you guys. And then, oh my gosh, it's pouring! Then I got The Possessions by Sarah Flannery Murphy, and this is a Book of the Month book club pick, and those are always really good picks. So I'm gonna try to stick my head out and put these books into free libraries. I kind of feel like I don't know. I just don't want to do it because it's literally like pouring rain. But I also see two girls walking and they seem fine. So I should honestly just get over it. Let's go and put these into this little free library. I really do not want like my speakers to get any water in them, but this is what the free library looks like right now. It's not super full, but there definitely are some books in there. Like I said, most of the books in here are kids books, but I just added the adult books that I like put in here, so hopefully someone enjoys it. I'm feeling so good now that those free libraries are full, and I definitely want to do that more often. Like I do it once a month, but I definitely want to like just sprinkle some here and there like throughout the week, like just at free libraries that I like drive by. I was so encouraged by a lady in the last like free library video that I did, or maybe the time before last, and she said that every single day she fills up or just like adds stuff to the food pantry. Like right after work, she just goes with like a bag of something and like drops it off, and she said she never wants a food pantry to be empty. And that like really just like, I don't know, it did something to my heart. I'm like, man, I love seeing someone who is so like thoughtful and generous, but also I want to be that same way too, just like every day, not just like once a month. So I might start adding books into my car and just like dropping them off into free libraries whenever I get the chance. So that way, instead of like adding it once a month, I'm just like filling it up kind of as I see free libraries. But hope this encouraged you guys to do something kind, and it also like just gave you some inspo for what you can find in free libraries, but also what you can do for others. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.